104.4 morning here on the Kris Fade Show. Pretty Malik, Big Rossi. It's in studio right now. They are in studio right now. I'm going to call them the power couple.
Yes.
Grant and Elena Cardone. Elena Cardone are in the studio. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Okay, so for people who don't know what you do, and you would, he's scratching.
I mean, Eleanor is clearly the boss here.
I like that.
Stop it. Stop the madness.
Oh, I'm going to have to pay for that one.
No, that's good. I like that. But for people who don't know who you are or what you do, how do you explain it when people, don't know what?
Well, I do a lot of stuff. So I run 17 companies back in the States, and we also have a little real estate, about almost $2 billion worth of real estate.
How many? How much?
$2 billion.
$2 billion dollars.
U.S., and so a different kind of real estate than you have here, but this is amazing. And I've written 8 books and have 13 best-selling business programs. So I'm a business guy, and I help people about their money, their business, their expansion, and how to get the things they want in their life.
And this comes from experience. This wasn't, Grant Cardone was not always this. He wasn't born into money. He didn't come from a wealthy family that was just handed over. There were times, and I've read some of the articles, and I've read some of the parts of the book where, you had an addiction at a younger age. You were lost. You didn't know what you wanted to do.
I thought that was one of the things we weren't talking about.
No, it's all right.
You've lasted 30 seconds.
I failed.
Only Dennis Quaid went down faster than you did.
He got me done on my own show.
Yeah.
No, but you went through some troubles earlier on in life, and there'd be people listening to this show right now or wherever they're watching this on Instagram or Facebook who may be in your position that you were many years ago.
I lost my dad when I was 10, and because of the lack of guidance and mentorship, nobody stepped in to help me. And between the ages of 10 and 25, I just got really lost. And by the time I was 15, I had a drug problem. 16 years old, I had a drug problem that really caused me a lot of problems for 9 years. It caused a lot of people problems. And nobody starts playing with drugs to become a drug addict. I did.
Yeah.
And, every day I tried to quit for 9 years and I couldn't. 25, I went to a treatment center. I was so hated myself every day. Like, I didn't want to do this. No drug addict wants to do what he's doing. You're destroying yourself every day. And 25, I went to a treatment center. I quit using drugs for 28 days, turned my life around, I was 25 years old, and I came out of there and said, I'll never go back there again. I'll never use drugs again. I haven't.
Good.
And then I started rebuilding my life. I had no money. I was in debt, completely broken, no self-esteem. Black sheep of my family.
What experience had you had? Did you had any experience in anything?
Yeah, I lost 7 jobs before that.
Oh, wow.
All my experiences were negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, just a lot of losses.
So that turnaround.
But when I was 16, I was frustrated. This was right at the point where I started playing with the drugs. And I wanted so badly for an uncle. I was waiting for somebody to step in and help me, to guide me, to mentor me. I think everybody wants this. That's why we kind of look to celebrities and friends and peers and we get in trouble. But I was looking for somebody to fill in for my dad, and nobody ever did. And I remember at 16 years old, I said, one day I'm going to get super successful, and if I do, this was complete imagination stuff, right? Like, I had nothing to wrap it around. I said, if I ever get successful, I'm going to be the uncle to other people that my uncles weren't to me. And now people call me Uncle G. All the way in Dubai. Like, Uncle G's in the house. It's crazy, man.
It's amazing. It's a really amazing story. But what I'm trying to work out here is I really want to give the vision of someone that's in their car right now listening to it, who's right at the bottom.
Yeah.
How did you, what were the first easy steps? What are the basic steps that we can take? You flew here on your own private jet, as I mentioned earlier on, you do not rent.
We didn't get married on the jet.
No, you did it. Okay.
No, but you've gone to the point where you're at this private jet end. How did it go? Like, what are some basic steps that we can take?
Number one, well, you got to quit using drugs.
Yep.
Like, there's no drug that's good for people.
Yep.
I don't care what people tell you. They're just not good for you. Number two, you got to start working on income. I have this shirt that says cash flow. This is the holy grail of finance.
Yep.
And you have to have income. Income is confidence. Repeated income is confidence, okay? And if you don't have confidence, you won't make investments. And most people are scared to spend money. The reason people actually save money, which is not the thing to do today. You actually don't want to save money today. You want to use money today.
Ooh.
The reason people save money is because they don't have confidence in new money coming in. Because the moment you have dependable confidence in cash flow, income, you will use all the money. And that's the only valuable thing about money is to use it. It's not to leave it in the bank.
So you're saying people save money in the bank because they're not sure if they're going to be getting more money back into the account.
Totally.
But if you've got the cash flow coming in, when there's money always going to be coming in.
Wealthy people use money. They don't save it.
Yeah.
But it's spending wisely.
Investing wisely.
Investing
and
wisely.
spending almost never.
Okay. I just, before we get into the business side of things, can I just talk about that jet? Because obviously everyone does, and
You love that jet.
man,
You
that
gotta
jet-
go. You gotta go somewhere with us.
But look at that offer. But it's an investment, right? You say instead of buying a house, buy a jet. That's what you say.
Yeah, but
right.
that's a little bit of a
Exaggeration. Is that a stretch?
'Cause it makes you money.
The point of that was nobody's going to come to my house and give me money. My jet can get me to a deal. It can get me to a contact. It can get me to Dubai.
Which
It
it
can
did.
get me on the Kris Fade Show.
Yeah.
What jet is it?
My house will not do that.
I love that.
Gulfstream 550.
And and when you buy a jet, where do you go? You go to a jet show? Or you go to jet?
No,
You go to Gulfstream.
you call Gulfstream up and you say, "Can you get me a jet?" And they told me, they said it was December 14th, 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and they said we don't have anything for 18 months. And I
Because they
said,
only do custom builds.
yeah.
So you custom built your own jet?
No, what I did was I wired them a check.
They said
And
they
I
had
said, find me
nothing
a jet.
available.
Find me a jet. And he called me back 12 minutes later and he says, "You just sent us a check for the whole thing. I just found you a jet."
Wow. Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Can I ask how much the jet was?
That jet's about $50 million. Wow. Yeah.
So
But
the
here's-
demo plane that they use to show people around the world is the one that we ended up getting. Brand new, beautiful.
Here's
jet.
It's
the rule.
gorgeous, yeah.
Here's the rule for everybody out there trying to get your money right. The rules on spending money on dumb things, because a jet is a dumb thing. Any way you cut it, makes sense of it, it's still a dumb thing. Don't spend money on dumb things until you can pay for it twice in cash.
Okay.
What?
That's
Number
a good
two.
rule.
Number two.
Twice in cash from what? From passive
number two.
income.
Yeah, just hang on a second. I'll get there. Number two, it has to come from passive income, not earned income. Passive
Okay.
income from your investments. And number three, you still need to admit that it was a dumb thing.
So just know it's a dumb thing going into it.
Yeah.
So you must be able to. You don't buy something unless you can afford to buy it twice in cash.
That's right.
In cash flow.
Cash
From
flow,
your
not.
passive income, not your earned
Earned
income.
income.
That's the key.
That's an eye opener.
Yeah.
Elena, you were boss lady as well. You were up on this stage. You were now, you're an author. You've done a lot in your life. How is it from a, I know that, Grant, you speak to everybody, male and female, but I feel like the men are like with you, like, yeah, let's go. Oh, from a woman's perspective, from a boss lady, you must be opening up a lot of doors for young women as well, wanting to achieve their success.
Yes, absolutely. And, I want to open the doors for women that might not find Grant on their own because he is so powerful and masculine and wonderful. But I'm now venturing out, trying to open up the doors for women, which with under the umbrella to put them all on to Grant eventually with Cardone University and Cardone Capital and Cardone Ventures and all the 17 companies. I can't even keep track anymore because I know that his information has not only helped me, but I've actually witnessed it helped multiple people across the globe. So I want to open those doors for women to have access to him that might not find him
I
on
married
their
her
own.
17 years ago to help me with women.
Actually 15, but who's keeping track?
It was a business asset. How many years ago?
15.
It feels like 17
Yeah,
though for
I know.
Grant,
That's
okay?
good.
I would have married her the first time I met her.
Oh, that's so
True story.
sweet.
Where'd
Yeah,
you guys meet? Do you?
L.A. She was on a commercial shoot. A buddy of mine was shooting a commercial. And,
He was the director, his buddy.
I wanted, first night I was in L.A. I moved to L.A. from San Diego to meet my wife, and I met her 15 minutes after I was there.
Oh, wow.
She wouldn't go out with me for 13 months. 26 phone calls I had to make.
He left. He called
26.
me. He called me twice a month, every month for 13 months, and left a message on my answering machine with 0 return phone calls.
That's persistence.
That's persistence.
It's cash flow.
It's cash flow.
Follow up.
It's good on you. Good on you. I mean, I think we could chat to the guys for hours. Did you want to ask something, Pretty?
Yeah, I read something, and you let me know if it's true or not. You said one of your biggest regrets was traveling, taking a year off to travel. Is that still true?
No, I think I said.
Because I read that and I was like,
I have a lot of regrets. Traveling's not one of them.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to clear that because I was reading
Not going bigger. I should have gone bigger younger.
We should have traveled sooner and met more people of the world and really seen for ourselves the value of observing people around the world, that not just from the idea that you have of certain parts of the world, but people around this globe are incredible. Has really impressed me.
Just quickly as well, 10X is such a big. It's like it's the slogan. It's the 10X. People are screaming out. You were selling out arenas.
It's a movement, man.
What was the footage that I see?
35,000 people.
35,000 people paid good money.
That was a baseball stadium in Florida, in Miami.
And I'm sure people are like, this guy thinks he's going to fill out 35,000 people
on Super Bowl weekend, the biggest sporting event in America. I rented Marlin Stadium.
You rented the stadium?
The entire place.
For 3 days. 3 days.
Derek Jeter's the owner of it. I said, hey, I need this stadium. How much is it? He's like, what weekend? I said, it'll be available. Trust me. He said, what weekend? I said, trust me, it's available, Derek. Okay. And he's like, what weekend? I said, Super Bowl weekend. He's like, oh my God, why would you do that? And I said, because nobody else will. So I said, my only competition will be the Super Bowl. And we put 30, it holds about 29,000, and we put 35,000 in it.
And then you're on the stage and just giving the wisdom that you guys are sharing with us right now, which we've been talking a lot off the radio about real estate and cash flow and this. And this is what people they're taking down their notes, they're learning, they're embracing. It may be only one certain thing that you say that can change someone's life, which I think is super, super cool and important. You're doing another one in Vegas coming up. Rick Ross, you've got performing.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson, the great NBA, one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
Oh, yeah.
More names releasing.
Super businessman, by the way. That guy has done multi-billion-dollar deals multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, amazing businessman.
Super
So
cool.
what we do is we put together a list of people that we think support this expansion. 10X is a multiplier. It's how fast can you grow something? Because if you don't 10X, you're going to end up not growing enough to get ahead. And that's what so many people are doing incorrectly today on this planet, is they're trying to make little incremental growth, and they get beat down by little disappointments and discouragements. The old 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards doesn't really get anybody ahead.
We can talk for ages more.
Listen, no matter if you're a CEO or you work it as a graphic designer or an architect, you may be the janitor, whatever it is, get on Instagram and follow these guys, Elena Cardone and Grant Cardone, because I don't even know how I came across you guys, but I just pressed that follow button, and ever since then, there are certain things that I have just taken away from just seeing you guys on social. Little things, little things that you guys say, which really does change someone's life. So I advise you guys to go and do it. We want to say thanks. I know you're super busy. Thank you for spending the time with us here on Virgin Radio this morning.
10X everything.
Oh, so fun. Thanks for having me.
You are 10X, by the way.
Virgin Radio.